Okay, when I think of obsessions, I've heard a couple of different terms, definitions of the word obsession. And to me, it's something that at the time you were so into, that was all that seemed to rule your world. I mean, other things obviously went on. You didn't completely live in that fantasy world. But in your mind, it seemed to be all you could think about. And all you were interested in. It was the main thing you were interested in at the time. And those are the programs, and not just programs, but things I'm going to talk about today. Although I probably won't limit it today because I have quite a lot to get through. So this is going to be in parts. And to start with, start at the beginning. Now it's very hard for me to remember so far back. But I do know that I was into a lot of programs when I was a kid. I watched a lot of cartoons. But the one I remember liking the most when I was very little, and when I say very little, I mean preschool. And that was Postman Pat. I don't even remember why I liked it so much. And looking back, I think it's kind of, I don't know, too jolly and happy, and everyone knows each other, everyone likes each other. It seems, I mean, it's perfect for a young kid, but it just doesn't look like something I might have liked when I was younger. But then I think I've changed a lot since I was a kid. And the type of things I had, I mean, like I say, I had a couple of these books. I don't know where the rest of them's gone. It's amazing I found this one. But I used to run home from play school to watch it. I didn't like missing it. I even had, around my nan's house, I had this plastic post van which I used to ride around and pretend to deliver letters around my nan's house, which was fun. But other things I don't really remember, although I did used to have, I don't have them anymore, but I used to have these folders and these files that my mum used to get from the post office. It might have been some sort of club that she signed me up for, and I would get these folders with all sorts of fun things in it, like stickers and posters and stuff. And they were all Postman Pat related. And I don't know what happened to them. I think they all got ripped and just my mum threw them away or something, I forget, but I don't have them anymore. And of course that was my earliest thing I remember being really into. I have a hard time remembering anything from after that. But I do know for a fact that when I was in primary school, I was really into the Gladiators. And I think I was into it from the very beginning because I actually still remember I was watching it on telly like sometime last year, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, I remember who wins this, some of the contestants on this, and or contenders. And also, I had underwear. I had Gladiator underwear. And I remember the crop top, whatever called, had the first season Gladiators on it. Because some of them were only in the first season and were never seen again. But I had a sticker album. I don't actually remember if this is mine or my brother's, because I know we both had one. And I can't even tell by what stickers. By the looks of things, there's not many pages that are actually filled. So we obviously didn't do too well with the sticker album. But I do remember getting really excited about watching that, and I used to love watching that every Saturday. And I think I only got up to about the third season and then sort of lost interest in it, which is a shame. They're even bringing it back now. They had like an A to Z of it the other night, and it's all sort of building up to them bringing it back, so I might check that out. I think that's all I had of Gladiators. So then, of course, the other things I was into big at the time, of course, was Care Bears. I used to love Care Bears. These are, believe it or not, I've collected these more recently, actually. I actually only have a very few original Care Bears from when I was little, and most of these are from more recent ones that I've bought, except for beds. My old decrepit beds, which I've had since I was 5. He has no tummy symbol anymore, his arm's falling off. I was very cruel to my teddy bears. And he doesn't like me. Do your beds. And he hates me. And that's why. And that's my primary school obsessions. Thought I'd move to a different location to talk about some others. I don't usually record downstairs, but I have the whole house to myself at the moment, so I'm taking advantage of it. I actually had one more obsession in primary school, which sort of led into secondary school, which was actually a really bad idea. And that was Power Rangers. Now I got into that because of my brother. He was really into it at the time, and I wasn't. I was actually more into Saved by the Bell. But I was never obsessed with Saved by the Bell, but I really did like it more than Power Rangers. And then I think we were on holiday, and my brother just watched it, and there was nothing else to watch. Plus there was only one TV, so I watched it, and I really liked it. And next thing you know, I got so into it, and I got my friends into it as well. So much so that we used to actually play it at school. Whatever colour you were wearing that day, that's who you had to be. Of course, most people argued that, but I want to be the Pink Ranger. Everyone wanted to be the Pink Ranger, and I was like, I don't care. I'll be any of them. I really don't care. I actually ended up being the guys most of the time, and I had no problem with that. And me and Michelle used to play it at my house after school, where I was basically everybody else, and she was one person, which sounds a bit weird, but it worked for us. He didn't seem to mind. I don't really have a lot left. I know I had 3 books, which I can't find now. I had some videos. This was before DVDs, and I didn't really get videos a lot. I'd have to usually wait for my birthday or Christmas to get any, so I don't really have many. I do still have the movie though, which I saw at the cinema and really liked at the time. I also had a sticker album of the movie, a sticker album of Power Rangers in general. I had, what else? I had the single that was released, if anybody remembers the single. I think it got to #1. I had that. I think it was my first single. And yeah, I don't really remember anything else. Oh, magazines. I used to collect the magazines. They had 2 different kinds, and I collected both most of the time. One was sort of an episode guide type thing, and the rest of them was just comics and interviews and stuff like that. We also, Frosties gave away little Power Ranger figures when the movie came out, and I managed to get the blue one, the red one, and I really wanted the white one because the white was my favourite. And it annoyed me that my brother got the white one and he wouldn't let me have it. And I don't know where I got this from. This is the Pink Ranger. I think it came free with a magazine. I have no idea because I can't think of any other reason why I have it. After Power Rangers, sort of remember going on to Star Trek Voyager, which I got into because I saw the pilot when it first aired on TV at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't actually stay up till 1 o'clock, but they had a Star Trek night, so I recorded the rest of the Star Trek night so I could watch it the next day. And I watched it and I loved it. I watched it over and over again, and then I found out the video shop had it to rent. So every Saturday I went to the video shop, camped out until it opened, and rented one, watched it all weekend, sent it back. And I did that every weekend until about halfway through the 2nd season, because they were still making it, so they didn't have all of the 2nd season in. But now I actually have 3 of the seasons. They've all come out on DVD, but I only have 3 seasons. And I'm not letting myself buy any more until I've worked my way through the 3rd season. I also had a calendar at one stage. I still have some of my original videos. I don't have many of these, but I still have some of the original videos. Simply because I haven't gotten around to getting rid of them. I also still have some novelizations. This one was my brother's, which he gave to me when he just didn't care. That's the pilot, which I bought in the market actually in Bath. Cyber Song, which is probably one of my favourites, even if it is kind of confusing. The first one I bought. That one I had to force myself to finish because it actually was kind of rubbish. And this one I haven't actually read at all because I thought it sounded interesting, and then I started it and just didn't get into it, and then just lost interest. So yeah, I have a fair few of those.